Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we're going to review this new release of Reservoir dogs. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for another 4K review. In this case, this new fresh release of Reservoir dogs. But before we start, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're interested in physical media and also soundtracks on vinyl. You can also find me on Instagram with the same handle, Physical Media EU, where I post little pictures of all the items that I review. Now yes, we can start with the presentation of this release. I think Reservoir Dogs is a movie that doesn't need too much of an introduction, but just in case, it's Quentin Tarantino's first feature film. And even though it has been out in 4K for a while, this release is new. So let's take a look at it. This cover is not particularly new. There was a release that had it before, but as you can see here, this is a massive box with tons of goodies that we will see in a second. So I was definitely very interested when I heard that this one was coming out. Here on the back, where you see this, there was this sheet of paper which has some details of the content of the box, also the synopsis of the movie and so on. This is a German release, so this text up here is in German. Now let's take a look. So once you open it, straight, what you see here is a booklet and a keychain. I will show that in detail of KBL, the radio station that is featured in the film. So definitely quite lovely prop to include in the release. Now moving on, let's take a look at the booklet, which here on the back is in English, but unfortunately the content is in German. As you can see here, it's not that thick. It has about 25 pages, so it looks very good, but the content is in German, so unfortunately so far I don't understand it. Here are some more images, and here you have the table of contents if you're lucky enough to understand German. Now moving on, let's continue with the contents of the release. In this case, we find some postcards. So the first one has this classic image from the film, and then there are some like this one which has quotes. These quotes are also in English. Of course, very iconic characters of the movie, so very nice to have these postcards with phrases of them. Besides those things, it also comes with 3 posters. As you can see here, this one has the same cover as the box set. You can see there. I have to say that the paper, well, it has a shiny finish, but it feels like quite thin, like very fragile, so this needs to be handled with care. Then there is other one with one of the classic posters, also the same material as the other one. This up here is written in German, but it's pretty simple, so I think it's still very nice. And lastly, there is this other one with the other classic poster. And you can see here, also it has this text at the top, but this one is in English this time. So moving on with the contents of the box, there's a Blu-ray with a documentary about Tarantino's first 8 movies, and it has plenty of the people that participated in those films, talking about how it is working with him and how influential these movies has been. And you can see here is the disc. Nice to see that it has this reversible cover, because it has this age restriction badge here that comes on the outside, but luckily you can just flip it and get the clear cover as you see here. And lastly, the main event, the movie in steelbook. And the steelbook has this protection that has this gimmick of the ear. So here is the steelbook. On the back of the cover, you can find details of the movie and the disc. And in the steelbook, which if I open there, you can see both sides together. On the inside it has the Blu-ray and the 4K. So quite a lot of things in this box set. Now the transfer you get here is the same that has been around now for probably like a year and a half, and for a lot of people has been a reference quality disc, so I don't have much more to add to that other than just agreeing and saying that yes, the movie looks amazing, super clear, especially of course in the 4K. Even though the Blu-ray is quite good, the 4K is brighter and more colorful. Regarding the audio track, this presentation, same as others, comes with the DTS HD Master Audio, which works super well. Now about extras, the extras are present on both the 4K and the Blu-ray disc, so if you have a 4K player, there's no need to put the Blu-ray disc at all. And the extras are, let me find real quick here. So first there are deleted scenes, that's about 12 minutes. Then there is a documentary called Playing It Fast and Loose, which if you're interested you can also find it on, or information about it on IMDb and other websites. And lastly there is a featurette called Profiling the Reservoir Dogs, where they show the different characters and list their strengths or some characteristics about them. So not a whole lot of extras for how definitive this release is. I can't think of a release that will top this one, so I would have imagined that a version like this one would have a few more extras. But it is what it is. We get only those 3 and that's it. I'm being very picky here. If I can complain about one thing about this box set, is that this box, I wish it would have had a magnet here, because it's just like, it's like the lid is just like slides, or like it's just like opens too easily. So I think a magnet would have been like the perfect finish for it. Lastly, and as usual, I like to mention other releases, so it helps you find out, if you're interested in this movie, which version fits you better. So Reservoir Dogs is a movie that even from the DVD days has had like very interesting releases. For example, on the DVD there was that gasoline can release that was very difficult to get. I was after it for a long time, but I could never get it. And as I said at the beginning of the video, this 4K restoration has been out before for I think for about a year and a half, and there are at least 2 steelbooks that you can see up here. One of them is actually this one. You can buy this exact version just like this on many websites, one of them Amazon, either US or the European ones. And then there's also the steelbook with this same cover here. Besides that, I will show here some pictures from other region releases, including one from Germany and one from South Korea, if I'm not wrong, that also has the same cover but is lenticular. Also looks very good. And in my opinion, that release was the most complete one until this one came out. So that was it for the review. I hope you liked it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I would love to hear in the comments what do you think of this restoration. Besides that, remember that I will post little pictures of this release on Instagram. You can find up here Physical Media EU, and of course you're also welcome to follow there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all at Okie Dogs.